Okay, just very quickly, it's been great and glorious Nick Dutch here yet again. A quick talk about tarot from a different perspective. I guess if I was if I was like a mechanic and I was showing you what it was like to be a mechanic, then this would be the same kind of video from the point of view of a tarot reader. So I'm going to talk about a couple of different tarot packs that I've got, tarot decks, and another cardomancy deck that I've got from the point of view of a performer who's doing tarot readings. Now, tarot as an entertainment art, like if I'm invited to go and do a psychic fair, or if I'm invited to go and do an entertainment event, I've got to have a good feeling for the type of people that I'm going to be doing the readings for. So I can choose a tarot deck which seems to fit in with the event, the theme of the event, and so on and so forth. I did used to have many more different tarot packs, but obviously I've moved houses, moved flats, and some of them got lost. But there are some which I would use mainly for my readings over the phone. Obviously you've seen some of my previous videos. I do use the Crowley Thoth Tarot when I'm normally working over the telephone because it's got a lot of descriptive imagery in it. But there's 13 different cards out of the full deck which have some negative labels or negative imagery on it. So I wouldn't take that to an event in case the client then had an immediate superstitious reaction or emotional reaction to the symbolism. Just by illustration, let's say that a satanic or vampiric style of tarot really resonated well with yourself. Great, fine. Carry on using it. But if you were invited to do readings in a Christian spiritualist church, it wouldn't necessarily go down too well with your audience, just by example. So my selection here is very much about the kind of people I'm reading for when I'm doing affairs. Obviously the Oswald Wirth Tarot pack, you've seen the images of that before, popularized by Eliphas Levi. Very striking, almost woodcut style designs, quite bold, almost primary colors, and very simple designs, almost medieval gypsy kind of feeling to them. They go down well nearly anywhere, but normally with an event which would require, maybe dressing up in period costume or looking somehow vaguely medieval, because it looks if you look closely at it, there's some coarse black boundaries around the various images. So, it looks and it feels almost medieval by its nature, and in fact it's got like the Hebrew letters on it, makes it seem even more mysterious. Moving over to the Golden Dawn Tarot, some would even say that the Golden Dawn Tarot is quite badly drawn. So let's just try and give you a good image there. There we go, that's the Chariot card. Relatively simplistic, but also relatively politically neutral. I would take this particular tarot deck if I felt that the people concerned felt that they had some feeling of arcane knowledge, so they would want to see things that were related to certain mystery traditions or certain occult orders, which is why the kind of imagery of the Golden Dawn Tarot with the Tree of Life and related stuff would go down really rather well. Now, to the most part, I don't normally have that type of event or type of clients. So I've got to choose one which is sufficiently politically neutral, because of course you may choose your own tarot deck because it resonates well with you somehow, but you've also got to think about your clients. So for two which are very politically neutral, there is of course the Celtic Terror, which has some very beautiful, mysterious, obviously Celtic style designs, and it's designed based upon the Celtic mythologies. So that goes down very well with people who believe that they are true blood English people and want to follow the ancient English traditions. And likewise with the Merlin Tarot, which is, I wouldn't really call it a tarot deck by the accepted sense of the word, because it's got some of the original cards, but some of the symbolism is not quite what you would expect. In this case, yes, we do have the typical tarot symbolism of the man being hung upside down with his legs crossed. I do find it rather amusing that although he is upside down, his tunic is seemingly defying gravity, but that's beside the point. But the Merlin Tarot is again geared towards the mythology of Merlin. So if I was going out to the West Country, where people feel a connection with that particular type of energy, then I'll be using that particular type of tarot. Okay, let's move on a little further and have a look at one which I used to use rather a lot in the various psychic fairs, and it's the prediction tarot. And I'm not too sure, but I think it was actually designed for or to be somehow a part of some promotion that Prediction Magazine was doing at some point. The first thing I'll point out about this particular tarot pack is that it's very, very simple in design. All the colors are very watery or watercolor orientated, very simple, very beautiful, but with nothing threatening about them at all. And because it's not very threatening, if I was to go to, let's say, a Christian spiritualist church and I was asked to do readings, then I'd probably choose the Prediction Tarot, because it's so gentle, so easy to express the ideas and the concepts there. It's a very, very good, useful tarot deck in that particular sense. Again, I wouldn't use that when working on the phone, because it is a very, very peaceful energies. So I would need something a little more in-depth and gutsy. That's why I read with the Crowley Thoth Tarot, which has so many immediate or instant emotional responses that I get to it, that it's much more appropriate for that application. Now, finally, I'm just going to show you something just for fun, okay? I mean, you can get different types of cartomancy decks and all the rest of it. It's best just to select something that you enjoy. These ones here, these cards here, are very peculiar. This is the I Ching Pictorial Oracle. Namely, these cards are based upon the hexagrams of the I Ching. So you've got the energies of like air and fire and earth and all the elemental forces sort of like interacting. So if you studied the elements, this would be very good for practitioners of Wicca and earth magic and those who are interested in the elemental symbolism. Alright, very simple with a little I Ching hexagram on the top right hand corner. I hope you can see that there. Alright. But it's one that I would use as a meditative tool, or it's just simply for fun, because it's, you know, it's what can I say? It's a laugh. I can't take it seriously as a divination tool because of just the way that I operate, I guess. But again, if I was to go to a event in which the people there were interested in certain symbolism, I would have to be very sensitive to that. I mean, there's some places I would not take the Celtic Tarot to. There's some places I wouldn't take the Golden Dawn Tarot to. I certainly wouldn't take the Aleister Crowley Thoth Tarot to do church, no readings within the church. And there's some tarot packs out. You can even buy like a tarot of the gummy bears, or you know, the tarot of the cat people, and all kinds of weird stuff. So by all means, get whatever you like and have fun, but be sensitive to the people that you're doing readings for. Okay? Good fortune, God bless.